Hey, what's up? What's going on? It's your girl, Mary Jane. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So let's talk the Dirty 30, Season 30, Episode 9, Rampage. Yes, it was a rampage with Camila. Camila is just too much. You know, she is just nothing but a lush. You know, we start off the episode with Camila making out with Tony, knowing Tony got a babies and a girl back home, but yet she chooses to want to kiss him and mess around with him because she's all in her feelings because she won the challenge and now she can throw somebody under the bus and put them in a Presidio. So she's feeling good. And you know, she says to Tony, we got power or whatever. And yep, and this power has gone to her head where she can actually show her true colors. She has been showing her true colors plenty of times on the challenge with her behavior, the Camila-nator. So anyways, they get off the bus and everything, and Tony is feeling like, okay, I made a mistake because everybody knows, everybody's watching, everybody's commenting, but they're doing it low-key because they don't want to get on Camila bad side or Tony bad side because they don't want to be thrown into the Presidio, you know what I mean? So, you know, Camila, she gets off the bus, she's humping a tree, acting all wild and crazy. You know, and I believe she was acting that way to throw off the shame of her making out with Tony and being with Tony when she knows that that's like a no-no because he has a girl, he has a baby, so that's not a good look. Why would you want to put yourself in that type of situation or cause confusion in that home where it's going to be filmed on national TV, MTV? People are going to see it. So, and I think like she was kind of feeling like, how can I get attention off of myself? Even though she was intoxicated, she still knew she made a wrong move. Then Tony goes upstairs to where the ladies are at, where the ladies' rooms is at. I don't know if he was waiting for Camila to come up there to finish what they was doing on the bus. And he kind of like flirting with the girls. He was like, oh my God, so much temptation. Let me leave. Let me go. So he leaves and he goes into his room. Britt, she comes downstairs and she's making out. Not making out, but dancing, shaking her booty on Camila, you know, and Jimmy's all like, you know what, I'm going to stay out the way. I don't want to be in the situation. I'm going to pay close attention to what Camila is doing, but I'm going to stay out her way because she's drunk and everybody knows that she's drunk. And so people kind of like walking on eggshells to be around Camila when she starts to drink, and that's a shame that she's an angry, mean, disrespectful drunk. She just can't enjoy being on this show and may possibly win $1 million and have this opportunity where she can create a lane for herself. But no, she got to get drunk. She got to mess around with a guy that's supposedly been saying last episode and the episode before that he's in love and he's going to get his he's going to marry his, you know, baby mama or whatever. But, you know, so she ends up, you know, so Camila starts to mess around with him. Too bad she just can't focus on the opportunity that she has, but she's still winning in the game or whatever. So, you know, it's like, oh, so Camila's humping a tree. Brittany comes down. She's dancing on her. Tony goes to his room and he informs the guys like Banana and it was Banana in the room. It was Leroy in the room. Jordan. CT was like in the corner. Derek was around somewhere. And Dario's in the room as well. And, you know, Tony's talking about, you know, Camila came on to me. She started sucking my face. I tried to pull away from me, but she was just so on me. And she was just like, let's do this or whatever. So Tony's trying to throw all the blame on Camila. He could have easily got up and walked away. And he could have denied her. But he chose not to. He chose to do that on national TV, kiss and make out with Camila, knowing that his baby's mother is going to see that and feel some type of way. And it's probably caused some little difficulty in their relationship. But if he won the $1 million, which none of the players know about yet, she'll probably forgive him and be like, okay. But then now it's always going to be like probably a strain for her to see Tony go back on the show or do any of the challenges because he possibly can't control his penis. So can he not control his penis too when he's at home? So, or maybe his baby mother's used to it. Who knows? So, Carmarie and Jenna and Jordan are talking about what happened on the bus, talking about making out. And you know, Carla Marie is like the morality police. You know, she police people's behavior and she's like the judge and jury. She's like the saint and whatever, but she's not calling, you know, Camila out on, you know, making out with Tony, she totally throws the blame on Tony. Totally double standard. Carla Marie. You just don't want to call her out because she's your partner. You're trying to, you two are trying to get to the end. So anyways, so they're talking about what was going on. Derek runs in and Derek was like, yo, I don't want to talk about nothing happened to us. Derek don't want no part of it because he knows Camila. He's been on the show forever, so he don't want no part of it. And Jenna, she's kind of like, yeah, but she's kind of keeping it low key because I think Jenna trusts, you know, Carla Marie more than she trusts Carmilla. And I think Jenna has a more better relationship with Carla Marie, even though Carmilla was trying to partner up with, you know, Kayla, like not to throw each other's name in or whatever. So the guys are all talking about the game. They're talking to Hunter. Hunter was like, yo, I want to go against all the OGs. I want to go at you guys when you're at your best because it'll mean something to me. It'll mean that I beat you while you was in your prime. Like I didn't beat you when you were, you know, maybe sick or maybe Ellen or maybe, you know, an older age, like, you know, so it's more of a win for me if I can take all of you guys on. But he didn't do it in a disrespectful way. He's just challenging himself, I guess, but he's also stepping in the same shoes as Corey, talking about he wants to go up against this one. He wants to go up against a strong player. So they're going to give him what he wants. They will put him up against strong players. And so Leroy was like, you're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about because you can see all these OGs and everybody in here. They think that they want to, you think they really want to go up against a stronger player? No, because they want to win the money. It doesn't make any sense. But they're trying to, you know, tell, you know, Hunter that or whatever. And so Carmilla's coming towards the bedroom or whatever. And then Leroy says that, you know, who you think Carmilla's going to put up tomorrow? She's going to put up a strong player. She's not going to put up a weak player. You watch. You know, even the girls, you know how to play the game or whatever, basically. And, you know, Leroy was like, watch who she puts up or whatever. And, you know, she's going to watch who she puts up tomorrow. And, you know, so CT was like, yep, the girls are the girls. And he was like, oh, I can hear the Camila Nader coming. We're going to have an appearance from her this episode right now. And so Camilla's listening. She's like, what's going on? Take her out. Take who out? I'm just asking who. And, you know, and Leroy was like, it's nothing. So she knows Leroy's talking. So she's coming at Leroy. And she tells Leroy, oh, guess what? How many wins have you had? 0, 0. How many times you went on show? 0, 0. And then Derek is in the background laughing because he knows that Camila is just going to go off and act crazy. Even Bananas is like, yo, Leroy, put on your seatbelt because you're going to go for a ride, my friend. And so that's what it is. And so she goes, you ain't nothing, you black mother effing PUSSY. And, you know, CT feels like that's wrong. Jordan feels like it's wrong. Also, Dario feels like it's wrong for her to say that. What does his race have to do with the situation? And, you know, Camila, she's still going on and on. And so, you know, as she's leaving, because security's there, they're standing, producers are there in the room as well. And so, you know, as she's turning around to walk away, you know, Bananas, he got to stir the pot and get her even madder, hoping that she might do something to send herself home. Because, you know, Banana works on mental aspects of the game when he's not playing the game. And he knows Camila, so he throws the pillow and hoping that Camila will probably go off and hit somebody or break something or do something really dangerous where she's sent home. But it didn't happen. What she did was pick up the pillow. She said, who hit me? She assumed that it was Leroy. So she picks up the pillow and she hits Leroy in the face with the pillow. And, you know, and then so she falls, she stumbles, she goes downstairs, and she's yelling on the balcony steps or whatever. She's like, and she's yelling all about them black mother efforts, all about them black mothers efforts. So, you know, like, you know, she got the power. Now her true colors are coming out because now she got power to send somebody home. It's only for a freaking episode or whatever. And then on top of that, you know, she's drinking, and so now she's saying how she really feels about Leroy. Hey, you ain't never won a challenge, which he has not won a challenge. And she tries to demean him, call him a black mother effer, try to, you know, say it as in a derogatory racist way, and also call him a PUSSY, calling him a girl, a B word, everything that she possibly could say, but she's saying it in just two metaphors, you know, calling him a loser, calling him a black loser, a black PUSSY. So she's all in her glory. She's falling over. And then Gemma feels really upset about it. Jimmy is like, Jimmy's just like, yo, I don't feel sorry for her, because some of the girls thinking that, oh, she's gonna, we kind of feel sorry for her. And Jimmy is like, I don't feel sorry for her. I feel sorry for the black man that she disrespected and called him out of his name and said some, and was racist towards him, derogatory towards him, already knowing that this man has to face racism and has to face a lot of things out here in the world. And now he comes to this house and he has to face it here too. And so that's what I was saying this, like, in my previous video about reviewing the challenge, that sometimes is racist. Sometimes you'll see racist things, but it got a lot better. But I spoke too soon, because Camila Nader came out with her racist rant because she got power and she's a lush, and plus she's trying to get with a guy that already got a girlfriend and 2 kids at home. She's a loser and desperate. That's her story, and she's sticking to it. And she's a complete douchebag. Do you see how she acts, falling over and everything, yelling and screaming, picking up weights, trying to come after and hit this man, and then hit this man? Then if he would have hit her back and did anything threatening towards her, he would have got sent home, or it wouldn't have been safe for him or whatever. But Leroy handled himself like he's supposed to. He handled himself correctly, and that was that. And it was just like, Camila was just, everybody in the house watching and looking at her just like crumble. But we know Camila is a good player. She's a good athlete. And, I hope they take her out. I hope somebody can take her out. And there's probably only a couple of people that could possibly take her out. But people are scared of her. They're scared of her. And they just scared of her because they know how she is, and she's dirty, and she can win, and she has won. But she's absolutely a loser in her heart. She's absolutely a loser in her head. She's absolutely a loser, period. And that's why, she picks on them young girls that was on last season, trying to come at them, having all her outbursts. She's an unhappy, she's a selfish person that lives for these challenge to mess around with guys. She even had a black penis in her last season. She was all up on that black thing. But now all of a sudden, black ain't good enough. It's all about the black people. Yeah, you had all that black penis in you last season, and then you had that black penis in you this season because you guys snuck off, went past the cameras onto the beach and did the nasty. So you know what, black people are good enough for you to have, black men are good enough for you to have sex with, but they're not good enough for you to respect. So you know what, miss me with that, Camila. You had black penis like 2 episodes ago, and now you're gonna say it's all about the black people. You're gonna call this guy a black mother effing PUSSY because you feel bad because you made out with Tony. Now you made out with, you had sex with, what's his name, Corey, and now on this episode you had sex with, not this episode, but 2 episodes ago you had sex with Corey, and now you're trying to get into Tony's bed. You ain't nothing but an old lush, an old racist lush. And you miss me with your tears and miss me with your crying. I just hope somebody take you out. I hope they gang up on you and get you out of the house. But they probably fear you or whatever. I wish they just team up and get you out the house. Just get you out the house. Just take you out, because you don't need to be there. We got a lot of entertaining people on this season. There's a lot going on. We don't need Camila Nader and her racist, lush self and humping the tree, messing up their environment, if it was a tree. So anyways, we move on from that. Then they take Camila. They tell Camila, they tell Camila she has to go to the hotel. She's banging on things, and she runs. She grabs a suitcase. Then she was carrying it. She dropped the suitcase on the ground. She goes, "You mother effers are taking this. Carry my bags to the car." Treating the producers and the staff like crap. I hope they set you up and get you off this show. You see how she was talking to them? Take my bags to the car. How about that? Take my bags. She just threw them on the ground and walked to the car like an animal. She's nothing but she's like a wild beast. She's like a chickmunk. She's like a porcupine. She's like a wild turkey. Oh my goodness, like the way she treated them people. So now you actually see how Camila is. She's treating the staff didn't do anything to her, and she's treating them like that and acting like they're her slave, like she's somebody special. You ain't nobody special. You just a broad that locked up, that's good physically and good in the bed, where you manipulate people and have sex with them to help you, and you lie and you cry and play that innocent role, but you ain't nobody nice. You ain't nobody good. So moving on from that, And so everyone's talking about the situation. Leroy was like, I'm just going to let it go. You know, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. And he handled it a really good way where he let everybody else talk about it. Everybody else be emotional about it. But he wasn't going to let it affect his game. And he wasn't going to give Camila power to think that calling him a black piece of this and calling him names and being derogatory towards him was going to change the way he plays and act like he was going to do a whole monologue saying, oh my God, I can't believe she's racist. No, he just took in his stride. Like, I deal with this every day. If I got mad at every small little white girl that called me a name and got mad at me, I would be a rich man. I don't need to be on the challenge or whatever. So he's just like, he's just like, just going to let it go and not going to take it personal, but he's going to keep in the back of his mind how she is, but he's going to play it up for the cameras, and he's also going to make sure he doesn't let it affect his mental ability as well. But because I know it kind of like, damn, yo, I'm just here like everybody else trying to play. This girl calls me out about my race and be derogatory about my race. I'm already in a house where it's only like 2 black people, 3 black people, and they're dropping like flies on this show. So, you know, he's having a personal struggle as well, even though he's not trying to let us see it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, in my opinion. But correct me if I'm wrong, please feel free to comment. So as we move on from that, you know, she comes back in the house or whatever. She runs and talks to Tony, and that's it. She didn't even bother talking to Leroy, apologize. She remembered what she did last night. She remembered everything, and she really doesn't care, but she knows that she has to put on the waterworks. You know, producers talked to her and told her to cry, told her to act it up for the camera so people don't think you racist, people don't think you hate black people, and all this other stuff. So, you know, TJ comes, and they have to throw people in. And, you know, so Leroy calls out, you know, Camila and was like, hey, listen, do you think you need to say something? Do you owe us an apology or talk about your behavior yesterday and how you act? And so she was like, yes, she did the big old crying thing. But, you know, Leroy put her out on display to hang herself and also make her take accountability for what she did, even though nobody believes her tears. The only person that believes her tears is Carla Marie, because she's still defending her. She's still saying, oh, what did she say? Oh, that's really not her, because Carla Marie, she's usually pointing the finger at everybody do something wrong, like she did at Jordan and everybody else that do something wrong, or anybody that wants to pick on the weak people or wants to take out the strong people. Like, she always got her she's the moral police and got something to say, but now she ain't got nothing to say about Camila. She's all like, oh, I don't know why she did that. Oh, you know, she just needs some help and blah, blah, blah. So we already know that now Carla Marie is showing double standards because she wants to win. And you know what? We're not going to take what you think is so offensive now into perspective, because it only benefits you when you do that. You don't do it for everyone. You only do it when it's beneficial to you. So moving on from that situation, now they have to put the people to go to the Presidio, and you know who it is. They picked none other than Nelson, that was Tony, and none other than Nicole, which Camila picked. So you know, Leroy said that she was going to pick a strong player. Nicole hasn't shown to be a strong player, so she picks Nicole. So I guess, you know, Carmilla's not trying to ruffle any feathers now, because she got to see where these girls lie at, because after she was very rude and disrespectful and acting up. So anyways, now you got, you know, Nicole, and you got Nelson and a Presidio, and then you have Dario, what's his name? CT, and you have Bananas, and you have Jordan, and so Bananas like, so what's gonna happen tomorrow, because now, you know, they gotta go to the double cross. And so Jordan was like, you know what, I feel sorry for old boy, because I'm gonna have to throw him in again. Throw him in. I'm just gonna have to pick that X and throw Hunter in again. I feel sorry for him, but it's the luck of the draw. The Banana was like, wow, you know, you single-handedly take out your own team, your own alliance or whatever. So they're laughing and they're joking about the situation. But who's going to be up next after they get rid of, you know, either Nelson or Hunter? They still got to go up. They will have one more left, and that's going to be, you know who it is. So anyways, so they get to the double cross. The double cross rampage. So they get to the double cross, and guess who picks the double cross? None other than, you know, John Holmes himself. And then Jenna, she picks the double cross, and she just throws in Brett, because she goes, you know, whatever, it's just Brett. And so Nicole's going up against Brett, and you know, Jordan picks the double cross and he throws in Hunter, and it's a big joke. They're laughing about it. So, you know, it was easy for Brett to annihilate Nicole. Nicole got beat down, but she got flipped over twice, because basically you're on this thing where it has a little drop off and you have to flip the person over, and you are strapped to that person. That person is like a belt or some type of harness, belt, shoulder bucket thing, buckle thing, where you are strapped to another person. You're on their back. Your back is facing that person's back, and you got to crawl over and flip them over your back onto your side where you can score a goal. And so Britt takes out Nicole without a hinge. And so then we have Nelson and Hunter. Before Hunter goes in, Hunter calls all the guys B words. He calls them all cheerleaders. He calls them all scary. He calls them fake. He goes, they haven't even been proving themselves this season. And Hunter does have a point. They haven't proven themselves or nothing. And they coming up against me. You know, Nelson goes, if I win, it's a 7 against 1. So they already know the odds is stacked up against them. You know, Corey started it, and he left his man out there to fend for themselves. So Nelson's going up against Hunter. Nelson got Hunter, and he's about to flip him over somewhere. Hunter comes out with that crazy muscle strength and drags Nelson all the way back, flips him over. Nelson realized, oh no, it ain't gonna be that easy, and Nelson just pulls out his inner strength, and he flipped Hunter over 2 times, and he won. Hunter got 1 point, and you know, everybody was like, is monster going against monster, beast going against beast. I hear so much grunting and everything, and Nelson pulled it off. And CT says he would rather have Hunter come back because he's less of a threat than Nelson. Yeah, because Nelson can show up in the last minute, and he's kind of smart. So we'll see what happens. And we see Dario and, you know, Bananas are cool. So we'll see what happens. It seems like the male alliance is soon gonna have to start going after each other after they pick off all the young guys, the newbies or whatever. But the newbies are gonna be coming back. So I'm assuming that Hunter and Nicole went into the redemption house to join Anissa, Corey, and Marie. Marie's feeling lonely, but now she'll have company. Hunter, I bet Marie and Hunter are gonna hook up. Nicole's gonna be there. So out of these 5 people that are in the redemption house, and CT believes there still is a redemption house. He's smart about that. So, and he's right about that as well. So we'll see. Hunter and Corey gonna have to go up against each other if Hunter and Nicole made it into the redemption house. Wow. We'll see what happens. And one of them is going to come back. So that means Nelson will either be paired up with Corey or he'll be paired up with Hunter. But he's still got to go up against all the other guys. And I wonder if the other guys are going to realize soon we're going to have to pick each other off and start to take them out now. We see Tony's going to get into an argument with somebody. We don't know. And you know, Nicole calls Camila everything in the book. Calls her ugly, angry, hateful, bad heart, bad person, and everything. Because you know Nicole doesn't hold back that she does not like Camila. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens next episode. But we see that, you know, Tony looks like he's going to be going up against either Dario or Bananas. Something's going to happen. Tony's going to get mad at somebody, and Jordan's going to be stirring a pot, not keeping it quiet, and Marie's going to and Tori's going to see where she comes from. I was surprised Tori didn't say anything about the racist comment Camila made, but I figured Tori is going to speak with action by taking somebody out. And also because, you know, Tori is with a black guy and she plans on marrying him and having babies. But Tori also knows that if she shows her emotion or feelings, or she shows how she truly feels, or act like anything affected her, that the girls, any little thing, the girls would come after her. So she's keeping it close. She's keeping it tight to the heart, not saying anything, just looking around. And also she could be scared. And also she probably don't want to become a target, because they're going to have to start targeting girls, because you got Bree and you have Tori still left in the house, and some other girls that them two I think are left to still target, and Veronica. And then, you know, then the stronger girls that everyone thinks are stronger is going to have to start going against each other. So Tori's keeping it quiet. We'll see what happens. Peace. I'm out. Racist ass lush Camila. You drunk.